quantity of commodity refers to the intrinsic element of commodities, including the internal properties or ingredients, as well as the external appearance. However, two elements are emphasized here. One is the internal properties or ingredients, and the other is the external appearance. The internal property or ingredients refers to the chemical composition, mechanical performance, biological features, and the alike. While the external appearance is manifested in the modeling structure, color, and luster of the goods. In another sense, a certain kind of goods possesses both natural and social attributes. That is, how it meets the subjective requirements and different tastes of its customers. The social attributes of goods are shown by goods' serviceability, endurability, hygiene, and safety. In international trade, the exporters and importers are usually far apart in different countries. Importers are usually unable to see the goods until they reach the port of destination. Then, how could importers get to know the quality? Some methods have been developed for such a purpose. In international trade, we can have the following practice: sales by sample, sales by specification, grade, or standard, sales by brand or trademark, sales by description, drawing, or diagram. What is a sample, you may ask? Sample is a small quantity of a product, often taken out from a whole lot or specially designed and processed document, given to the prospective customers to encourage them to buy the product. Then, what is sale by document? It is a sale when the seller and the buyer agree that sample is used as the basis of quality and condition of the goods to be delivered. What kind of commodity is suitable to be sold by sample? Arts and crafts, garment, light industrial products, and agricultural native produce. Samples are usually provided by the seller. These are called the seller's sample. They are also called representative samples, or original samples, or type samples. When the sample is accepted by the buyer in quality, it then becomes a confirmed sample, and the seller is obliged to deliver goods of the same quality as shown by the sample. In case the goods delivered by the seller does not correspond with the sample in quality, the buyer is entitled to claim compensation for losses or reject the goods. Samples can be also provided by the buyer. These are called buyer's samples. They are often given as the quality standard for the goods to be produced and delivered by the seller. Under such circumstances, to avoid future dispute over the quality of the goods, the seller usually first duplicates the sample and then sends the duplicate to the buyer for confirmation. This sample is called counter sample. Some samples are marked as being sample for your reference only. They are then reference samples and are not binding upon the seller. They are for sales promotion only. Sealed sample is usually used to avoid dispute upon the quality of goods. Sometimes it is impossible to deliver goods that is exactly the same as the sample provided earlier. Thus, a flexible clause such as quality should be about equal to the sample, and quality is nearly the same as the sample are often found in a contract. Another way to describe the quality of commodity is sales by specification, grade, or standard. If a trade is made in this way, the goods delivered should be of the same specification, grade, or standard as stipulated in the contract. Should there be any discrepancy, the buyer is in a position to make claims for compensation or refuse to accept the goods. Specifications are detailed descriptions of the goods to be sold. They include the composition, content, purity, strength, size, etc. of the goods. For example, when we describe the quality of sesame seed, we can use expressions like minimum, maximum, etc. The same kind of goods might also be classified into different grades, such as large, medium, or small, grade A, grade B, grade C, or grade 1, 2, 3. Every grade has its own specifications. These grades are usually given by commercial chambers or relevant government department, or informally by the producer or the trader themselves. Since there is no uniform international grading for goods, they are not as formal as standards. The following is an example of the grade of X. Standard are the specifications or grades officially recognized by the governmental department or commercial organizations of a country. They have legal effects and hence are binding upon the traders. If the goods do not conform to the requirements demanded by the standard, they are not to be marked. For example, Chinese raw silk has its own recognized standard in the international market. Different countries have different standards. It has been an important aspect for exporters to meet the standards and get the quality recognition of their target countries. Also, most countries make alteration and amendments to their standards, and it is necessary to state the quoted publication of the standard in the contract. Here is an example. Then, we are going to talk about quality tolerance. Sometimes, when it is impossible to deliver goods that are exactly the same as the standard, tolerance is allowed. So, quality tolerance is the allowed deviation from a given standard of size, content, performance, or some other measurable characteristics in the specifications of a product. This is necessary as derivations are sometimes unavoidable for certain reasons. To avoid disputes arising from hereupon, the parties need to make a tolerance clause stipulating the allowed derivation from the standard. Some of the quality tolerance are internationally recognized and are hence not necessary in the contract, while others are either without international recognition or indefinite for the parties. Then tolerance clauses are necessary in the contract. 3 ways are usually used in stating the quality tolerance: using flexible area using maximum and minimum, allowed derivations. Examples are given here. In the trading of agricultural product, FAQ, fair average quality, is often employed to indicate the quality of the goods. FAQ is rather sweeping. From a technical point, it indicates the average quality of the current crop. Besides FAQ, specifications are still necessary unless the transaction is done between regular trading parties. For the trading of wood and quantic product, GMQ, good merchandise quality, is employed to indicate the quality. GMQ means the good is in free from defect and is good enough for use for consumption. Usually, in agricultural product, FAQ or GMQ is a regular practice. Sales by brand or trademark. Brand or trademark indicates all those words, symbols, or marks that are legally registered for use for a single company. It is symbol of ornamentum printed on a commodity or its packing. Sales by brand or trademarks are conducted mostly for goods with fixed quality. It is unnecessary to inquire much about the quality of this product in business negotiation, but you should state the types and specifications of the product you want. Sales by description, drawing, or diagram. What kind of commodity is suitable to be sold by description, drawing, or diagram? Yes, machines, apparel, instrument, and a complete set of equipment are often sold in this way. Because their structure and functions are complicated, and their installation, application, and maintenance are subject to specific rules. Technical manuals of directions, drawings, or diagrams are necessary for sellers to indicate their product quality.